Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, does not cost anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a timeless reading. This energy was activated the moment you clicked on this video. Try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Queen of Pentacles. You're someone who really learns a lot from the past. You know, you're somebody that I think you like to sort of take a retrospective and learn from both the mistakes, but learn from the wins also, right? Learn kind of what worked and what didn't work. See, we see the Queen looking at that long and winding road, right? This is where you've been. A lot of twists and turns to bring you right here to this moment right now, okay? And I think we have to appreciate the past. We have to understand where we've been. If we're going to understand where we're going, we have to understand and sort of assimilate, come to terms with, distill the past into kernels of wisdom, right? If we're going to continue on our journey in the most successful way that we can, right? I feel like this card is kind of about a turning point. We're from looking at the past to then looking at the future. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. This is a lot of practical wisdom, practical skill. I feel like you're somebody who knows how to do a lot of things that you've had to, especially with the Queen of Pentacles, you've had to do a lot for yourself over the course of your life. Like you're the one that had to fix the toilet. You're the one that had to figure out what's wrong with the car and learn how to pay the bills. And you kind of, I feel like you had to grow up fast, but you had to take responsibility for all of these things. No one was doing them for you. And I wonder even if like maybe no one even showed you how to do them, that you sort of had to learn things the hard way, right? Which puts you in a good position to be a teacher, right? Here we've got a Prince of Wands, a Five of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, yeah. Princess of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, this is about converting all of your past wins and losses into fuel for the future. Converting matter to energy, right? Over here, we've got the Two of Pentacles. A lot of earth energy here. I think big financial things coming your way. Really a gold mine here. A gold mine of information, of knowledge, of practical wisdom, right? Practical wisdom. But I think also a big change in your financial situation as well. Yeah, here's a Ten of Wands. Here's the Eon Judgment card. And a Princess of Cups. A lot of court cards here today. I feel like you're in charge of a lot of people. We kind of have a mom and 3 kids, right? Not gender specific, but I feel like you're someone who is responsible for other people. That you have had to do, maybe you're a single parent, maybe you're the owner of a company, maybe you're the boss of the department, maybe you supervise people. I feel like you have people that are in your charge, okay? And you had a pet that passed away recently, right? Small pet dog or cat, something like this. Something passed away recently, right? I'm sorry for that. Let's select our mystery card, all right? The bonus card, the confirmation card, the random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot, the factor infinite and unknown. And let's see, we're going to put this down right over here with Michael Scott right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If you have a prediction for that card, put it in the comments down below, all right? Now, interesting, the major arcana energy that we see is only this judgment, rebirth, reawakening, the baptism by fire, the trial by fire, the doorway to an unknown universe. But it's in the position of sort of the fear, the worry, and the concern, right? That maybe this is This is that turning point, and we kind of don't want to leave the past, and go into the future where our maybe desires are uncertain, or where our future is not so predictable, right? It could be, too, that we are transitioning from a very practical, maybe career or production-oriented life to maybe moving into something that is more emotional, that we're sort of exploring new interests, new desires, new loves, right? So we've got just the one, and this is really a transition. This is a doorway, always. It's a doorway that we're sort of not so eager to walk through, okay? But it is, like I said, that turning point. The Queen has been looking at the past and kind of saying, this is what we've done. What are we going to do now? Now, where do we want to go? Okay? Anyway, so we've got fire and fire. We've got water and water. No air. No swords cards, right? And then we've got earth and earth and earth. And, a little bit of air over here. I missed that one. Now, that makes perfect sense. A little bit of air, and it's hidden under the surface. Right? So what we need to do is we need to bring this air energy front and center so we could see it. Because we need to realize that, hey, yeah, we have been sort of reluctant to move away from the past and move into this future, pursuing this new desire, this new love. Maybe it's a new project, a new relationship. And especially with the earth and earth energies clustered over here. And then this earth energy here representing change. Okay? So a change in your financial situation, a change in your living situation or your employment situation, that's going to lead you to really, it's going to kind of force you to ask yourself, what do you really want in life? And so if there is this influx, if you're striking it rich, and you have this flow of income happening, it really is putting you in a weird position where now you've got to really know, like, what do I want? Because maybe before we never asked ourselves that question because life had been so overwhelming. Our burden had been so heavy, 10 of Wands. The burden had been so heavy that we didn't have time to really find out, what do I love? What am I interested in? What do I want to do with my life? What do I care about, right? What we cared about was learning how to do what we had to do to survive, learning how to make things happen, make ends meet. Learning how to pay the bills, to fix the toilet, fix the car, learning how to take care of ourselves, learning how to take care of these other people that are in your charge. But now that there's a level of success happening, and I think now we're kind of realizing that, okay, now I've got time to sort of turn my attention toward different things, toward more spiritual things. Maybe this is now, well, I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but I can do that. It's my show. With the Eon card, the Judgment card, again, this doorway, a new universe awaits you. But we don't want to leave the old one. I like it here. I got comfortable in this universe. But we realize that it's changing and we can't stay here. We've got to go through the doorway into this new unknown universe. We haven't built it yet. But what is the old universe? Well, maybe this was the universe where you were caring for you had certain responsibilities. You got comfortable in this position of taking care of business, right? TCOB, taking care of business. Maybe this is a retirement. Maybe this is a financial breakthrough, right? I mean, it could be very, very good changes happening. This could be the transition. It could be that maybe the kids are moving off to college, or the kids are moving out and starting their own lives, right? We don't want to leave the past because we've gotten comfortable with it. We understand this. We know we've understood how to function here. Going through this doorway is like, I got to begin again? What? But yes, but we're beginning the next phase of life. Okay? And I feel like you're really, you know that this change is necessary, though we're not eager to jump into it. We like sort of existing in what we've already been doing and what we've already accomplished. It feels good here. This is a good thing. And it's, especially if it's, let's say it's retirement. well, I want to sort of, I like this. I like that I was successful. I like that I made it through this career or whatever. And yes, I know that a new future awaits me, but can I just linger here a little bit longer, right? It's also, let's say the kids are moving out, moving off to college. That's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. It means that you've done a good job in this work here on the path of the dove, that you've succeeded at this, that you've done a great job here. We're not eager for it to happen. So can I just linger here for a little while longer and enjoy this? Can I reminisce? And that's what the Queen of Pentacles is doing, thinking about the past, all the wins, all the losses, all the memories along the way, some good, some challenging, some very bad, and just the whole smorgasbord of memories, right? And realizing now that, okay, I've got a new task, I got a new purpose in life that awaits me. And I think that this is good. This is good, even though we've got this Five of Swords, the hidden Five of Swords underneath everything. We don't know how we feel. I don't know what to think about this. It's good, I guess, but also I like it here. I know I've got to go forward, but now this is maybe us asking that question. Why do I want to stay here? What do I like about this so much? And I think it's good that we don't want to leave. It means we like it. I think it's good that we recognize I need to go through this doorway and start creating the next future, start creating the next world for me, following the next purpose, the next calling. Because a lot of the time, the Queen represents the ending of the task, the future position. You're sitting here, you're sitting pretty on your throne, enjoying what you've accomplished, right? But then also kind of having these questions. Underneath the surface, it's just like there's a little bit of confusion. I don't really know how I feel. I don't really know what it's going to be like. I don't know. I mean, I want this. I know I have no choice but to go forward. But, I kind of like it here too. I think that's a wonderful problem to have, right? And the Nine of Pentacles in the past position, that's what the Queen of Pentacles is looking at, right? Looking at all the ups and downs, but looking really at all the progress that you've made. Looking at the sort of long, circuitous route that you've taken. It reminds me of a post that I put on the community page recently. It's looking at this long, circuitous route that we took, all the ups and downs, right, to get where we are today. And it's sort of like, at the time, maybe it was, we were hectic and it was chaotic and we were frustrated and, whatever. But now that we're looking back, we're like, man, that was a fun journey. All the trials and tribulations, but all the really high highs and the lows too, all of it, the whole thing was it was wild, And I think that this is the moment where we turn and we shift our focus ahead and we very courageously step into the uncertainty of whatever the next path is for us, whatever the next purpose is. Yeah, and that's the Ace. That's the Ace of Pentacles in this future position. This is what is forward for you. We know what's backwards, right? And this was good. This was a long journey. You got here. You did it. Okay. Job well done. Now it's time to awaken that youthful energy again and start over on a higher plane. Start over with a new purpose, a new love, a new path. Okay? It's kind of like, this is what you do after you retire. This is what you do after you're done raising the kids, or, etc. Whatever the situation is for you. Okay. Now, there is an apple tree in your memories somewhere. I don't know if it's when you were a kid you had an apple tree, or there's some apple tree that's sticking out for you as a fond memory, right? Princess of Pentacles at the top here. This is kind of the realization that, like, I kind of got to start over again. It almost feels like we climbed our way up the ladder at work, and now we're just like starting a new job where it's like entry level again, and we got to climb our way up the ladder again. It's like, I don't want to do that. I'm tired, But this is kind of like when you level up, when you break through the ceiling, that ceiling becomes your new floor. It's like we've gone up a level. And now we sort of, we've got to start over. And so we have to realize that, you know what, I've still got more in me to give. Whatever this Ace of Cups is, it has the potential to really be something amazing. And this is the potential. This is us realizing that we've got to follow this path. We've got to do the work now and bring out whatever this potential is that's trying to find its way into the world through us. Okay, the Queen is it's a little bit of a somber energy, right? Because it's kind of saying like, wow, this is the end of this current path. And now it's the beginning of the next path, the next phase of my life, maybe this is a rite of passage in a way. And this really could be any event that's prompting this shift, but the realization that, I have to kind of start. I got to start over right now, fire to earth. I've got to start a new path, a new project. It's like you finished with the old album. You recorded your album, shipped it. All right, well, now it's like, can I just enjoy it for a little while before I start on the next one? Yeah, we can. But we know that eventually it's time to go. We're only as good as our last step, as our last dish or our last painting. Or the last album. And so there is something in you that feels sort of fired up for the next one. But with the Five of Swords, again, we're kind of torn. We're excited to go through. We know we're going to. But at the same time, the Queen of Pentacles just wants to stay here. Yeah. Just wants to, let me just enjoy this for a minute, Path of the Serpent now, we're going to talk about this. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, by the way, please do. It is free. The Two of Pentacles does show that transition. It shows a change in life. Yet we're taking a step in a new direction now. It's kind of like we've got the 9, and then the final step into the finish line, right? And then we got the Ace. We're taking a step into a new direction. We've got the 2. And we're going to see how it unfolds. So the Two of Pentacles is that card of change. It's a harmonious change. I think that this is a very positive thing. Whatever the last path was, it's coming to a very successful conclusion. I think that's the idea here. It's not a tower moment. It's just sort of it's a finish line. And it's sort of bittersweet because we got familiar with that path. It's like when you watch a movie and you got all the ups and downs of the emotions of that movie, and then the credits roll, and it's just like, can I just stay in the theater for a few minutes and just feel this for a minute? Because I don't want to go and start the next phase of life and then have to sort of get into that vibe again. It's like, I like this one, But it's a good problem to have, right? But the 10 of Wands, of course, is all the responsibilities now of this new path. Now I've got to put in all this work again for this new thing. This is also the card that kind of says, I'm tired. So maybe there is a need for a break in between things for you. But this is a lot of responsibilities. This is feeling like there's a lot of this. It's all on me. Like I said at the beginning, it kind of feels like no one was around to really show you how to do things, that you had to sort of take all the responsibility on your own shoulders. And I feel like this is really reinforcing, because it says you're capable of this. Whatever this new path is, feels like it's not going to be anything like what you've done before. Let's say before this you were raising kids or something, and now those kids are grown up, right? Whatever you're doing next, I think, is not going to compare to the difficulties that you've already faced. So it's kind of telling me that you're strong enough to handle whatever happens now. You've already been through the big challenges, right? There'll be more challenges on this path, of a different nature. But you already have this self-reliance. Yeah, self-reliance. But this card's also in the position of your environment, of your relationships, right? And it's maybe indicating that the next path has a little bit something to do with you finding finding the right people for yourself. You know, if these are the kids kind of moving away, right, or you've had this life where you've been responsible for everything, this is kind of saying like you're doing something for yourself now, and I think that you're looking to sort of network with the right people in order to, let's say, make life a little easier, or to make life a little bit less stressful. Okay, let's say that. These two cards are very strongly connected in the spread. And it's sort of this confusion or uncertainty, and it's the overwhelming burden, right, of relationships. And so it kind of feels like you're looking to just sort of simplify your life. You're looking to de-stress your life. You're looking to live a life that's a little bit more easygoing. Yeah. And so that, I think, involves the right usage of your resources, your ability to sort of create your environment in a way that it's just making it work for you. You know what I mean? Setting up your environment so it makes it easy for you to do the things you need to do now. I think that's a big part of it. Yeah. So maybe you're taking things a little bit slower. Maybe you're going after things, you're following, or you're paying attention to things on your path. Paying attention to those things that make you feel good. Paying attention to different things. You're indulging in life more. You know, you're learning what you like, and you're doing more of those things. It's sort of a shifting of focus. You know, the focus on the earth energy is a focus on practical things. Got to do what I got to do. But then focusing on the water energy, it's kind of like saying, you know what, I'm going to slow down and I'm going to smell the roses now. I'm going to slow down and I'm going to really savor this cup of coffee. I'm going to really enjoy this time I have, this moment, or this relationship, or this walk through the park, you know. And so it feels like it's slowing down a little bit. Yeah, I like that. And of course, we know about this, the transition, the doorway of fire, right? But then we've got this Princess of Cups energy. So it may be now that we're focused on a life that is not just practical and pragmatic, that is a life that is a path that's not driven by necessity and practicality and function, but now a path that is driven by feeling, by desire, by love, by aesthetics, by attraction, by the beauty of things, you know, by the experience, by the emotional experience of what we're witnessing, slowing down, enjoying the cup of coffee. Yeah. Learning what we like and what we don't like, not just learning what we need and don't need, right? But learning what we like and don't like, what we want and don't want. See, it's a shifting of motivations. It's a shifting of priorities, really. I think this is a really good thing. You're learning a little bit more about what you enjoy, and I think you're slowing down and you're indulging in that more because, for whatever reason, the sense of urgency or necessity, that pragmatic approach now, you're shifting out of that. So it's either that you don't have to worry so much about money, or it's these responsibilities that you had toward these other people now has shifted, and so you have more time and energy and money, and more availability, right? To focus on things, focus on different things that mean something different to you. I'm trying to be careful with how I phrase this, because there was a lot of love here too. But this was kind of based on practical needs and necessity, right? This is based on kind of what you like, what feels good for you, what your desires and aspirations, what your emotional curiosity is. There's love all around here, though. That's what I'm trying to be careful with that, okay? Let's look at the mystery card. Yeah. What could it be? I want to see the Empress, maybe. I don't know. Not sure. Maybe the Empress, yeah. Maybe the Leo Power card. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. The Hanged Man. Yeah. Going deeper into ourselves. Going deeper into this water energy. Surrendering. Submitting to the flow of our interest, of just letting ourselves be kind of just guided through life, by spirit rather than guided by necessity, right? By the material requirements of life. Now we're just sort of going with the flow. Easygoing energy. Yeah. The Hanged Man is kind of a surrender. It's kind of a submission, you know. And it's maybe it's an interesting transition for you energetically. To go from a very fiery, assertive, I got to take care of business, very, very practical and driven energy to now just kind of, I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm just going to go wherever my spirit takes me. Maybe I'll end up in Italy. Maybe I'll end up in South America. Maybe I'm going to brew my own kombucha. Whatever it really is, it's just kind of, it's an eclectic mix. And it really is just you kind of not following your whim necessarily, but following the promptings of your own soul. Yeah, so it's a freedom in a way. Very interesting. We're going to do an extended reading. We'll do some oracle cards. We'll do an I Ching reading too. There's a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Leo, usually Tuesday and Saturday. I feel like this is something you needed a little extra reading. Okay? Be sure to watch both of your other readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.